Last class we were discussing about object-oriented programming concepts. So in that the first one is encapsulation. First one is encapsulation. Encapsulation is it's a unit structure which contains attributes. It contains attributes, functional components. It will be having some name. Okay, that particular unit structure is going to have some name. Inside that, it will be having some attributes and functional components. See, encapsulation concept is been implemented in technology and given the name as class. A class is a unit structure which contains attributes and functional components. It will be having a name. When we execute a class, it is going to take an input value and some inputs it will take and produces some output results. It is going to take input and it is going to produce some output results. And here we have other topics like inheritance and types of classes and Pega inheritance. In this, inheritance means if there is a need of accessing the functional components of one class into another class, then we are being provided with a concept called inheritance, where one class is going to act as a parent class, whereas the other one is going to be acting as a child class. So minimum two classes will be there in inheritance. One is parent, another one is child class. Clear everyone? Okay. See, why do we go for inheritance? See, there will be a need in the real business. One department wants to access the features or some tasks from another department. That has to be compensated in the technology. Each department, if you are going to set up as a class, then one class to another class, we may need to access the functionalities. Okay, that's why inheritance concept has been introduced in the object-oriented programming system. And types of classes. There are two types of classes. One is concrete, another one is abstract. Concrete class is the one, either it is concrete or abstract, it will be having those are classes only. Either it is abstract class or concrete class, both are classes. Whatever the definition I have given for class is applicable. But here, a concrete class is the one where transaction can be initiated and processed and gets closed. And abstract class doesn't have that ability of initiating the transaction. We cannot initiate transactions from the abstract classes. Abstract classes usually are the higher level classes in the inheritance structure, where usually the common functionalities that are needed for different types of concrete classes will be created at the higher level abstract classes. That is an ideal design. Okay, that's not a mandatory design. Ideally, we will go like that. An application can exist without even having one abstract class. An application can exist without even having one abstract class. Is it possible an application can exist without concrete? Is it possible? Online students. Without a concrete class, is it possible to have an application and its transactions?
No.
Not possible. No. In the practical world, we have definitely abstract departments. That's why in the technical world, when we are creating an image of practical world digitally, then we need abstract classes. Otherwise, we don't need actually. And one more point I will tell you. See, in the inheritance, let's say we have A and B, two classes. B inherits from A. I told B inherits from A. Just remember this point. And if I have a class C created, inherits from B, then here B can access the features of A, correct? C can access the features of B, correct? And C can also access the features of A. See, this is a chain. Like in an inheritance concept, a class can access the functional features from parent class as well as parent of parent of parent of parent of parent, like that, and number of levels. Okay, actually in Java, I think they will be calling it as multi-level inheritance. I'm not very much sure. Maybe. So if you have A, B, C, D, if A is parent of B, B is parent of C, C is parent of D, D can access C, B, A, everything in the chain. Okay, like in our family, like we have parents and children, right? Children can access the property of parent as well as parents, like that. Our property will be given till downline, correct? Please mute someone. See, online students especially, I request you to connect sharp by 9 o'clock, 1 minute before 9 or 9. I'm observing many people are connecting after 5 minutes, like that. Okay, online means it is your more convenient way, right? Classroom, they are traveling from Ramoji Film City and coming 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before. What is the problem for you? If there is a rain yesterday night, today morning people will not wake up. I don't know why. They will not travel. If the situation is not good, that is okay. But why don't you wake up yesterday night rain? See, that is what we need to correct actually. Okay. Other external forces should not disturb our life. Okay, unless it is really going to be a storm, it should not disturb us. Okay, your work should be done as usual. Okay. Okay, here you go now. These are the things we have discussed till yesterday. I mean, like in the yesterday's class. Now we are going to proceed forward to understand about PRPs. Whatever that we have discussed classes, inheritance concept, that multi-level just now I mentioned, right? All these will be used or implemented in Pega also. In Pega, we created application. You remember? We created one application framework. On top of it, we created another application implementation. See, before we proceed forward, I'll tell you one point. Please try to understand it. If we have functionalities in framework, okay, if we want to access the functionalities of one class to another class, what is must? Inheritance relation is must. Two classes are there. There is no inheritance. Is it possible to access the functionalities of one class to another class without inheritance?
No, no, sir.
Okay. Remember this point. We have one application. Application contains two classes, A, B. I am not mentioning any inheritance relation between these two. Without mentioning inheritance, I am asking you, can I access the functionalities of A into B?
No.
Within the application, we have two classes. Okay, A, B. Can I access functionalities of A to B?
No.
No, we cannot access. If we want to access, then we need to define inheritance between A, B, correct? Now, on top of this application, we created one more application. Another application is created. Now, two applications, situation layer cake. One class is in bottom application, base application. Another one is in, okay, like this. One class is in framework. Another one is in implementation. Can I access the functionalities of framework application class to implementation application class? Is it possible? How it is possible? How it is without inheritance possible? You told, right? If I want to access the functionalities of one class to another class, few minutes back you told without inheritance it is not possible. So I told you same class we have two classes, same application we have two classes. You told it is not possible without inheritance. Okay, but now framework application to implementation application, two classes are there. I did not define any inheritance relation. Is it possible to access?
No, sir. We created like a framework to implementation, right? On top of framework only we created.
You made a statement few minutes back. We made a statement. One class to another class. If you want to access functionalities, inheritance is must. That may be same application.
We told.
Wherever it is there. So what?
Only we told functionalities without any.
Told it is not possible. How do you say different application it is possible?
It is related to same only, right? We create a framework and implementation.
We have already made the
same
association
purpose.
of implementation to framework, so it can access.
It is not possible. See, the statement is, if I want to access the functionalities of one class to another class, inheritance is mandatory wherever the classes are. Functionalities are not there inside application for your information. Functionalities are there inside classes. Classes are there inside application. Within same class itself, they cannot see each other. How they can see from another application? Even though built-on application is there, if one application implementation is built on top of framework, correct? That means implementation has a scope of accessing something from framework. Scope is there, but where is that something available? Inside class. Inside class, how you will access? If you want to access inside something class, this class must be inherited from another class, correct? Yes or no? Without class inheritance, it is not possible to access. The classes may be within application. Within application itself, it is not possible. How do you think it is from another application will access? If another application built on possible, within application it should be possible, right? If it can see another application, it can see itself. First of all, yes or no? Within application is not possible. How come it is possible from built on to normal application? So you create application on top of another application, you will not get full access. You will get only scope of visibility to see. Okay, I can see this. Okay, but how do you get it accessed? Only when we have inheritance relation defined. This is very, very important. So people misunderstand that I created my implementation on top of framework, I can access anything. No. From anywhere, if you want to access functionalities, that must be there inside a class. Class to another class you are accessing. What is must? Inheritance relation is must. Whether the classes are in the same application, whether the classes are in built on applications. So what? If anywhere it is between classes you are transferring something, then what is must? Inheritance relation. This point everyone clear? Online students.
Yes, Harsha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see we are going to talk about classes in PRPC. Okay, in Pega we created one application, and now further we need classes to create the functionalities. Further, what do we need? Classes. Usually we can manually create classes, but usually when we set up to create a new application, PRPC is going to create some n number of classes. How many number? N number. But out of n number, we are going to focus only on 3 classes. Only on how many? 3 classes. And now organization, division, unit. Out of these 3, which are abstract and which one is concrete? Organization, division, unit. Out of these 3, which one is concrete? Unit. And organization.
Unit is concrete. Abstract.
Yes. Thank you. Organization, division, unit. How many? 3. Out of these 3, unit is concrete, division, organization are abstract. Types. Those are types of classes, not 2 classes, not by number. Okay, now what is our application? dev.impl@libe, libe.com, password roles. There is no meaning of calling it as unit if it is abstract. If it is unit, you don't call it as abstract. You don't make it abstract. If you are making it abstract, it should be a division. Okay, that's what I told. Technology will not restrict you to doing anything. You should know about real business. Accordingly, you should design meaningfully. In the real business, we have subunits. We may have subdivisions. Okay, subdivision is going to be what? Abstract or concrete? Abstract only. That may be there in real business. Okay, subunits are there. Subunits will become concrete. Understand? Okay, so here you go now. When I log into my implementation application, when I go to App Explorer, here you see classes. What do you see? I did not create this manually, like there is some navigation I did not tell you so far. Okay, but these are automatically created when we create new application. These are automatically created when you create new application. I will copy this to Notepad so that it will be legible. How many classes? Okay, application. Okay, classes in. How many classes are being created? Class 5, right? Today. Okay. So here you can see 3 classes are being created. How many? 3. I will write down the names of each of these classes. Okay. First class is LIBE. Second class is LIBE-Liberty A. Third class is LIBE-Liberty A-work. See, first class name is matching with what? Organization name, correct? Organization name same we have given. This is organization class. Second class is, what do you say in the organization structure? What do you say? Division class. What do you say? Division class. But I will show you here that you can consider division class, no problem. If you want to see the definition of a class, how do you see? I will explain you. Okay. This class definition I want to see, or organization. Backspace it. Okay. I will also create document at the same time parallelly. Hold on, because you need to know about all these things, right? New blank document. Understanding the classes of implementation application. Okay, we are going to understand the class of implementation application. Log into IMPL app. See the documents which I am sharing. Are you going through it or not? And the batch number 606. Okay. See, log into implementation application. You know how to log in. You know how to log in. I will just show you like this. Give you a screenshot like this. Okay. We have n number of classes created. So while creating application, how many classes created? N number of classes got created. Out of n number, out of those, let's focus only on these three which are loaded here in the App Explorer. See here. Where is it? In App Explorer. I'm sorry. These three are loaded. I'll give it here. Okay. In the document, if I give, that will be good. So these are how many classes? 3 classes. Okay. So I will write down the name of these 3 classes. LIBE. Then these are the 3 classes. This is organization class. This is division, or look at here. Now I am coming to the point. If I want to see the definition of a class, I will give screenshot once again. I can right click on the class name and I can go to, I will give the navigation once again after some time. Okay, definition. Anything, if you want to see the details of something, where do you go? Definition of it, correct? You can see here, Liberty A. What is the name? Liberty A. It is not standalone. Liberty A is concatenated to lib. Yes or no? Lib is already there. Second class is Liberty A. You can see here, display name is what? Liberty A only. You can see, I will show you here. Display name is Liberty A, but ID is LIBE dash Liberty A. Means while creating, they did not create standalone. They created it concatenated to the previous class. Organization concatenated with division. Division is concatenated with organization. That's how they created. Okay. Liberty A is also name of implementation application. Yes or no? Implementation application display name is Liberty Auto Insurance. What is the name? ID is Liberty A. Implementation application ID, this class ID, both are matching. This class name, both are matching or not? Considering this fact, people are also calling it as, let me close this document. People are also calling this as application class. What is that? See, we are calling it as division class comparison with organization structure. We are calling it as application class comparison with name is matching with application name. Yes or no? Now the third one is called as organization structure unit class or work class. What is it? In short, we call it as work class. Work means, what is the meaning of work? Work means, process means, another terminology. Transaction. What is that? Transaction class. This is the class where transaction can be initiated, processed, and closed in a happy path. That means work class is going to be what? What type of class concrete. It can be? Concrete class. What about these two? Abstract. You said it already. Okay. Comparison with organization structure, you clearly told that those two are abstract and this is concrete. Let's look at the definition of each of these classes to know about the class type. What is that? We are not choosing anything, we are not changing anything, we are just making an observation in the process of understanding the concepts. Okay, all this if you clearly know, then only you will be able to work in the future. See, generally when you log in, it will be loaded like this. Yes or no? It will be, all three classes will load every time when you log. I want to see the definition of LIBE class. How do I do that? Just backspace up to LIBE. I cannot give the screenshots of backspacing and all. You need to remember that. You got it right. Next time when you log in, again 3 will be loaded. You need to backspace. To avoid every time backspacing, if you bring your mouse here onto LIBE after you backspace here, you have a pin icon, right? Add it to the shortcut. Instead of every time going to D drive and accessing some file, what you do? You make it as a shortcut on your desktop, right? So every time you can access directly from desktop without going to the actual place and all, correct? So I pinned it. It has been pinned here. Means shortcut. So whenever I log in, what will happen? That 3 will be loaded. This is loaded. If I want to go with this alone, I can see from here itself. Second one also I can pin, yes or no? Second one also I can pin here. Just wait. Why it is taking time? Okay.
Harsha, one question.
I'll backspace here and show you. Just let me finish the concept and then you can ask me. Hold on. Write down your question somewhere. Right click here LIBE and go to definition. I want to show you the definition. First I am going to give you definition for what? Organization class. So let's look at organization class, and here you go now. Definition. For that to see, right click on class. I will come back to you about your question. Hold on. And choose what? Definition. Okay, when you choose the definition, it will open the definition. What is the type of class? We are just making an observation. We can see this is being created as, that is expected or not? Abstract class. Okay, done, completed. Next, go to division class or application class. Let me go to division or application class. This one, right? Right click on this. I'm sorry, definition. This is also abstract class. Next, go to where? Work class or transaction class. You may say work class or transaction class. Let me go to work class. Here you go. Right click on this and definition. Same thing I am repeating 3 times. This is what? This is created as which one? Concrete class. This is created as a concrete class. This is another one is, this is, I'll write down here, class group. As of now for you, class group is combination of classes where transaction will get initiated as a concrete class. So this is in our language. Okay, in technical language, class group. In our language, transaction class, right? Or in our language, work class. Anything you can say. Class group, exactly technically what is the meaning? You'll be learning slowly after some time. But for now, functionally you can understand. Class group means transaction class, the class where transaction gets initiated, processed and closed. Vintunara? Mere enakku tiri chuse ammayi. Vintunara? Class vintunara? Okay. So this is been created as a concrete class. This is class group, or you can say this is transaction class, you can say work class. What is the meaning of work is also transaction. See, meaningfully they have chosen the class name as work by default. Okay, if you want to change it at the time of creating application, you clicked on advanced configuration, right? There you can find it. That time we would have changed it, but I did not change because it is meaningful. This is the place where transaction gets created. Work will be initiated, work will be processed, work will get completed. So work class name will be fine. Most of the applications you'll see class name as work only. Mostly. That's why I left it as it is. This is just an observation which we have made of what is present already. What is being created. Whether these are created as an abstract, which levels are abstract, which levels are concrete. Now what is the question? Someone was trying to ask a question online. What was that?
Yes. Yes, Harsha. Yeah, my question is like we are creating two applications here, right? Initially, we created one framework, and one
Yes, yes.
initially we created implementation application. But will the classes will be defaultly created when we create these two applications by default?
Yes, at the time when we create application, that's what I told at the beginning. I have written a statement that while creating application, it has created n number of classes automatically. Out of that, we are focusing to understand only 3 classes. Clear, everyone? Remaining class we don't bother now.
Yeah,
Clear?
but majority of the operation will be on implementation application, right? Not on
Majority
the
will be
framework.
in implementation, and it's not like that. Depends on your application. Sometimes it is implementation, sometimes you create in framework. Depends. Okay. From implementation itself, we will access framework because we already have the access for it. Okay. Now,
So Harsha, for framework also there will be the same class structure,
that's
like
what
work
I'm.
class will be there.
Okay, now let's observe the framework application classes. Okay, let's log into framework application to look into the classes. Let's log into FW application. Okay, let me go with FW application. I'm sorry. I'll take at a time. I cannot log into PRPC by opening normal browser. I need to take a new session, new private window. I have to take if I want to log in by two different applications. What is this one? devfw@libe.com. Password rules. Okay, I am going to log in into FW. You should have all the credentials with you. So do what now? From App Studio, we have to go to Dev Studio. App Explorer, right? And how many classes you see now?
3.
We can see how many? 4 classes. How many? In framework application also we have transaction class. See LIBE. What is that? Organization class. Same for both IMPL and FW. For both apps same. After that, I'm sorry, LIBE, right? This is organization. Okay, I'll write down this. This is framework division. What is this? Framework division. This is division. This is what? Unit class here or transaction class. This is FW. Application name is what? Liberty I, correct? Framework application name is what? Liberty I. This is framework application. Everyone clear? Exactly same as that. You can guess and tell me now. Try to guess what are abstract classes, what are concrete classes here. Only work is concrete, remaining all are abstract. That is simple. You have additionally one more division. Abstract. What about this one? Abstract. What about this one? What about this one? Definitely concrete. See, it is possible to initiate the transactions usually from framework also, but that won't be there anywhere. Usually, it won't be there. Okay. So it is possible. Any application is an application. Okay. So this is done, completed. We just made an observation of what is being created. So now we are going to talk about inheritance concept. We just made an observation of classes created plus types of classes we have looked at. We are now going to discuss about what? Inheritance in Pega. Okay, organization class, division classes are there. Unit class is also there. Usually, what is the purpose of these classes? Unit should be able to access the organization division features. Yes or no? If it has to access, inheritance relation is must or not? Inheritance relation is must. Okay. So I will stop the session for 5 minutes. I need your details that I want you to register, providing your details. The students who have joined this training program by enrolling, by making the fees payments, all of you would have been added into group. Is there anyone who has completed fees payment but not yet been added into group, online or classroom? Anyone is there who has completed the fees payment but not been added into group? Anyone like that? No,
Harsha,
right?
is it Pega batch 606 online, right?
Yes, the group name for online, you should have Pega batch 606 online. For classroom, Pega batch 606 CLS. You should be added into the group by our admin team. Now here you go. Pega batch. Take your phone, everyone. So whoever is there in the group, whoever is there, see, regularly you are receiving messages, right? Those are broadcast messages. That is not group. If your fees pay, if you are not yet been done with your fees payment, definitely you will not be there in the group. Those who are there in the group, take your phone and listen to me. Okay, take your phone. I have messaged in the group. One link is being provided in the group. That is Google form link. First listen to me and then you can go. What you need to provide there? Your name, your email ID. Provide your Gmail ID alone, because we are sharing everything on Gmail. You will get access. Other email ID, if you're providing Yahoo Mail, Hotmail and all, we may have to again separately give you access, which will be difficult. So if everything is Gmail, from Gmail accounts, Gmail access will be pretty much plain. There won't be any issues. You will not face anything. While filling the form, make sure if you are going to give your full name clearly and you give your email ID. When you type email ID, look at the email ID once or twice. See if you are missing any alphabet, if you're missing @ dot or something, because we download and we create everything on a single go. Okay, all as a bulk emails will process to create accounts further. Okay, email ID, and we request your present address and permanent address also. That is for some reason we are collecting. You will be choosing, you are a classroom student, you will be choosing the option of classroom. You are online student, you will be choosing option of online. Suppose anyone is there online, you are going to come to classroom, and from Monday onwards, major is classroom, then choose classroom. Okay, and if you are attending on and off, one should be major, right? Either on whatever the group you are in at present. Anyone is there who has been added into wrong group? If you are a classroom student, you should be added into classroom group. If you are online student, you should be added into online group. Your group name ends with online if you are online student. Group name ends with CLS if you are classroom student. If mismatching, contact admin team and choose the option of either classroom or online. Next, you are at present you are staying in a hostel. Provide your hostel address. If you don't know, write out the hostel name and maybe something nearby. And permanent address you have to write there. These two are mandatory. And you need to upload your photo. Okay, any selfie photo you would have taken, right, with your face. Okay, your face should be clearly visible online or offline. We are collecting all this. I'm not asking about your Aadhaar card, right? I'm asking about only your photo. Everyone must update your photo there. Very few people, while uploading, they may get error message. Send that error message screenshot. Photo upload is not possible. They will do a workaround. 1 or 2 people may fail, but not for everyone. So don't add your photo which is in your 10th standard intermediate like that. Okay, passport size photo, something you have taken long back. No. See, anytime if you come to us online people, we don't know who are those, right? If you come to us and say something here, okay, I'm your old student and all, we need to recognize you, right? To provide something, some help and all. So your present selfie photo, otherwise you can right away you can take a photo and then upload, right? So open your phone now, click on the link. You should have been logged into some Gmail. If you are doing that, click on the link and provide all your details. It should not take more than 3 to 4 minutes. Everyone should finish this one right away. Okay, because immediately after today onwards, we will not be sending the documents to everyone. Common class group is there, right? That will not be used further. We will create separate class group and we will provide you access to all the people. Right away, you have to do this if you're already there in the group. It's
Hello.
9:47. I'll wait till 9:42. Yes, please.
Yes, Harsha, I'm not in group. Already I paid the fees.
Maybe you paid yesterday night or what?
Yesterday afternoon.
They should have added you, right? Afternoon means.
Already I
Send me the screenshot.
messaged this broadcast
Send
also.
me that screenshot, please. You have my number.
Yes, yes.
Send me that screenshot. 888
Yeah, sure.
Sir, before joining, I told some days I will come online and online. Currently, I am on online group. There is no problem if I attend offline
Anyone,
class.
if you are switching to attend the sessions, you need to inform us one day before and then come. Okay, you should be one of the groups in one of the groups.
I
No
was in
problem.
currently in online group.
You're for online classes only, right? Majorly. Sometimes you'll come offline, right? No problem. Whatever the group you are in. So if you are a classroom student, it's better to be there. If you are trying to switch, be in online group only, because every time providing meeting link will be difficult. See, you don't need to tell me that you will pay
Thank you, sir.
tomorrow or sometime. After you pay, you send me the screenshot. No need to tell me now. Okay. But this meeting link will be changed, will be shared only in the group, and people who are there in the group only will be able to attend from Monday onwards. Meeting link will not work, and strictly not allowed for the classroom also. Whoever has not yet been done, Monday onwards not allowed. See, after you come to the classroom on Monday, don't tell me I will pay tomorrow or I will pay afternoon or evening. After you make the payment only, you are allowed as per the process. We have given enough time so far. 7 days we have given. I think some people told that they will be getting salaries today. That's okay. You take today and you can do it tomorrow, Saturday. Better you finish before Saturday if anyone is there pending, because Sunday generally we do not access that phone. We will not be available to help you with all this process on Sunday. There will be a delay for you.
Harsha, I already sent you the screenshot.
Okay, I will check once. Hold on.
Yeah.
You are not there in the group. Okay. Okay, I'm adding you to the group now. You're online students, right?
Okay, Harsha.
606. Where is the group? See, you don't need to reply after you fill. It's better not to reply so that others. In the group, I have added you to group, and in the group I have given the link. Please go through it. Do it fast. And the photo upload also mandatory. And what is further proceeding that I'm going to do? Our team will do. Our team will create your IDs. Our team will create your IDs, and they will be creating email group. They will be creating a new classroom, Google Classroom. All that access will be provided to all of you. Follow accordingly.
Harsha, uh, since we have 1 minute, can I ask one question?
Yes, go ahead.
Harsha, actually, while I was trying to I created some new applications in Pega, and I was redirecting from implementation to for framework for to check the for to check the backward engineering actually. But
Okay.
while doing so, now when I'm trying to log into implementation application or forward sorry framework application, it is giving me an error saying that you do not have access to Pega PRPC rules, Pega rules. Sorry. So is this some kind
Maybe
of
you have done something wrong. Somewhere you missed it. At the
okay?
initial stages, maybe something you may miss. You just try with 2 other applications. Okay, it
Okay,
will not
good.
throw any error. It will be.
Sure.
Try once again.
For example, we have framework and implementations, right? So we want to make
Yes.
changes in implementation, or
See,
if we want to make changes in framework, do you need to every time log into again framework and log into
see,
again
if you want
framework?
to make changes anything in implementation, you can log into implementation. If you want to make changes to framework application rules, you can do it from implementation itself. When you have access. When you have access, you can do it. You don't have access, then you need to separately log into framework and do it. Usually I told,
Uh,
right, in enterprise application development, some applications it will be restricted. Okay, access will be restricted some for some people.
Here, because we have mentioned FW, we could see that this is a framework application. So, if in an application, if FW is not mentioned, how do we understand that this is a framework application?
Come again.
Here we have mentioned that FW. So we get to know that while creating application, we get to know that this is a framework application because we mentioned FW. If we haven't mentioned FW and if only live dash liberty dash work is there, how do we find whether it is an implementation of
That's
framework?
what. See, this FW they are by default creating, right? You don't have a choice actually. To give an impression or an idea that this is related to framework application. This work class is related to framework application. To give you that idea, this is being created. Okay. For implementation, it won't be there.
So for
See, there is no
in
hurry.
real
Some
time
people are
also,
doing payments. Yes, please
in
go
real
ahead.
time also FW will be there in applications if it is framework.
Come again. Can we do it in?
In real time also FW will be there in the class
Usually it
structure.
will be there. It will be there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, I think I have given you enough time. We have only 15 more minutes. See here now. See, we are now going to discuss about inheritance concept, how inheritance, I mean like accessing the functionalities of one class to another class is going to be done in Pega. So before we proceed to this, I will tell you predefined classes. I'll give you the names, just names I'm going to give you. Predefined classes in Pega. What is that? Predefined means what? OOTB. OOTB classes in Pega. There are so many OOTB classes. Okay, but high level @base class. What is the one? @base class. See, this is topmost class of entire Pega rules, entire PRPC platform. This is topmost class. What does it mean? Topmost class means parent class. That is the parent class of all classes in Pega. Okay, and after that work dash, in the class name itself hyphen is there, you read it as dash. Data dash, int dash, cmis dash, assign dash, index dash, role dash, data dash I've written right, code dash, embed dash, okay, etc. 14 classes will be there here in this list. Actually 14 should be there. I don't remember all. You don't need to remember. One more I remember just now, that is index dash. You don't need to by heart all this. Automatically you'll remember once we start using index dash. I have already done. Okay, thank you. So like this, there are 14 topmost classes. What functionalities will be there in these classes? We don't bother it now. We will see later. But these classes will have some functional components which are needed during the transaction processing. During the transaction processing, our transaction may utilize some features from these classes. Okay. So when you create application in Pega, there will be a necessity of accessing the functional components from one class to another class where all the classes belongs to your application, or you may need to access the functional components from built-on application classes. Yes or no? So our implementation application should access the functionalities from built-on application classes, right? How it is possible? Only by inheritance. Okay, we will see now inheritance concept. See here. Coming to implementation application, these are the three classes. What are the three classes? LIBE, IMPL, app. So inheritance. So in the inheritance, we are seeing IMPL app. See, for inheritance, we have two types of inheritance. In inheritance Pega, how many types? Two types are there. One is direct, okay, pattern inheritance. Am I audible clearly, everyone? Every one of you, am I audible clearly?
Yes.
Other resource I want to check.
Yes, sir.
Yuma, you may please check from your end, because others are able to hear me. It is clear for others means network issue from your end. Pattern inheritance. Second one is direct inheritance. What is the second one? Direct inheritance. Pattern inheritance and direct inheritance. See, I will tell you what is pattern inheritance first. Okay, here you can see. See, we have these four classes, right? These three classes, right? LIBE, Liberty A, Work. See, I have shown you the class names. I have shown you the class name. Here you can see work class is not individually created. Work class at the time of creation, it is concatenated to previous two classes with hyphen. And this is also concatenated to previous class with hyphen. Yes or no? What is the reason for creating like this? Generally, we think about it. Organization class, division class, unit class. Unit class should be able to access the features from organization division classes. Yes or no? If that has to be done, there should be inheritance relation. Should there be inheritance relation? Must or not? Inheritance between these three. What screenshot you have sent in group, sir? Okay. Not in the group. Send them personally. 9652532753. Likta. 9652532753 on that. So inheritance between these three classes defined by, you can guess, defined by what? Hyphen. Defined by what?
Hyphen.
Hyphen symbol. Hyphen means inheritance relation. So LIBE hyphen Liberty A means Liberty A is inheriting from LIBE. LIBE hyphen Liberty A hyphen Work means work is inheriting from Liberty A, which is inheriting from LIBE. So it can access the features of Liberty A as well as LIBE. At the time of reading, we should not be reading this standalone. Okay, we should be reading this like this. LIBE, while reading this, you should not say Liberty A. LIBE dash Liberty A. LIBE dash Liberty A. While reading this, you may simply say work class. This is work class means transaction class. Or you have to say like LIBE dash Liberty A dash work. That's the actual whole name. This defines inheritance relation between two classes. That's why these are created concatenated. So in our application, organization division classes features accessed into unit classes by means of which inheritance? Work class can access the features of org and div by means of pattern inheritance. What is that? Pattern inheritance. Pattern means pattern inheritance is a class naming pattern. Pattern inheritance is what? Class naming pattern. A dash, B dash, C. This is pattern of classes concatenated by hyphen, the dash symbol. So the dash defines inheritance relation. What is pattern inheritance? Pattern inheritance is a class naming pattern, just like A dash B dash C, where one class is being concatenated with another class by hyphen symbol. That hyphen or dash is going to represent inheritance relation between the classes. This is a naming pattern. That's why it is called as pattern inheritance. Clear, everyone? Now I will ask you one question. The classes what you see here, these classes belongs to same application or different application? Same application. What is the need of pattern inheritance? What is the purpose? Pattern inheritance, actually it is there in the documents. I don't need to write the theory here. Theory documents are separately available. Only practical screenshots are enough. So pattern inheritance here is for the purpose of accessing the functionalities of classes of same application. Within the application, from another class, if you want to access functionalities, which inheritance is going to help? Pattern inheritance. Within the application, if you want to access the features of one class to another class, that is possible by which inheritance? Pattern inheritance. Within application only, it can see by pattern. Okay, now you see here. I will draw one diagram. Okay. Chappan, what is the topmost class? LIVE, and after that Liberty A. Here I can write like this. I will mention Liberty A and work. Okay, and this direction FW. What else? Liberty I work. Yes or no? So this is implementation, correct? What type of inheritance it is? Pattern inheritance. Yes or no? Pattern inheritance. Okay. So this is pattern. I will ask you one question based on this diagram. So now I have pattern inheritance of so there is a power cut. The disturbance, let me know. Usually it won't happen. And connection was lost and it got restored because there is a power failure. Okay, connection restored now. Am I audible? Every one of you?
Yeah, but
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Just it got just 1 second or 2 seconds it was lost. Okay. Now you see, I will ask you one question based on the diagram only. You need to answer. Don't think too much about too many directions. Only diagram basis. Is it possible to have Liberty I in the pattern of implementation classes? Is it possible to add Liberty I into the pattern of implementation classes? Is it possible? Yes or no? Can we bring this? Already the structure is created, right? Can we bring this as a pattern here into this line? Can we bring this here? Is it possible? How it is possible?
Inheritance.
No, Harsha.
It's abundant diagram.
As part of pattern inheritance, is not possible.
Is it possible to bring this to here into this line also? It is not possible. Its context is framework. Framework context, how do you bring it to implementation context? Only within application classes are visible in the pattern. Means I'll tell you one example. In a family, the people are connected by blood relation, right? Blood relation is pattern. You are connected by blood relation. Outside family, can you make it blood relation? Is it possible? Can we bring them as a blood relation? Not possible, right? Same way, within application classes are connected by pattern. That is what blood relation we discussed. From outside application classes, we cannot bring that into pattern. Impossible. Okay, clear everyone? Like in our real life also same thing. Clear everyone? So this is what about pattern inheritance relation. Then what is the next type of inheritance? What is the next type of inheritance? Direct inheritance. So the direct inheritance I will tell you tomorrow, not today. I will take it tomorrow, in the sense Monday. I will share the document of inheritance which will have both pattern, direct and everything. You need to read only up to pattern inheritance. Here, what is pattern inheritance? I will tell you answer. What is pattern inheritance? Pattern inheritance is a class naming pattern where a class is connected to another class by dash. The dash represents the inheritance relation between the classes. It's a naming pattern. A dash, B dash, C. Okay. But the most important question is, what is the purpose of pattern inheritance? What is the purpose of pattern inheritance? Pattern inheritance purpose is to access the functionalities of classes within the application. Within application classes functionalities, if you want to access, which inheritance is going to help? Pattern inheritance. That means you understand about direct inheritance. What is its purpose? Different application, if you want to access, which inheritance will help you? Direct inheritance. When I say different, that must be built on application. Some other unconnected application, no connection is there between applications. No, you cannot access. Okay, that I will tell you tomorrow. So pattern inheritance is for what purpose? Classes of within application. If you want to access one functionalities of one class to another class, you can remember a family relation. Family succession will be there, right? Blood relation. Within family, you want money, you can take it. Okay, so you go by your that line, blood relation line. That is called pattern inheritance. Clear, everyone? So we will discuss about direct inheritance on Monday. So our next class will be on Monday, and the online students, the meeting link will be changed. This won't be working from Monday onwards. That will be shared only in the group to the enrolled people, and classroom also only the people who have enrolled should be attending from Monday onwards. Others are not allowed. Someone was asking something. Saturday, Sunday both are off. Every time Saturday, Sunday class will not be there. If I conduct on Saturday 1 week before itself, I'll tell you. Okay, your brain needs some rest. Okay. Saturday you can revise by yourself. That is better thing. That is the best thing. Sunday you enjoy.
Harsha, I have a question.
Yes, please.
So the classes within the implementation and the framework, can we inherit? I mean, like, can we use a class for the from the framework? But in the pattern, it's different, right?
As of today, you think only about pattern inheritance. That is, within application classes can be accessed by pattern. Usually in the pattern inheritance, organization, division, unit, those will come in the picture. Okay, other application I'll tell you after some time. Okay.
Okay.
Harsha, one question, please. Pattern inheritance is only useful for classes with the same naming convention, is it?
See, I told you one real life example, right? I told you one real life example. You remember that real life example for pattern inheritance? If you remember that, you will never forget about pattern inheritance. Naming convention can be anything. That's not a big deal. System is creating by default. You want to create manually something else, you create. No issues. Names can be anything. Usually, ideally, application creation is being done by wizard, correct? These classes will get automatically created. Is there any choice of giving the names for you? Application based on application name, it is taking all other names, correct? Only work class names you can change. Advanced configuration, you click it, right? There you have an option of editing. We did not do it. Most of the applications will have same names. That's why I did not change it. Okay, same naming convention. If you want to understand pattern inheritance clearly, you don't read just by statements and all. Okay, just understand the family relation, blood relation. All whoever is connected by blood relation can share anything between each other, correct? They are of same family. Outside family are not blood related, so they cannot come into pattern. They may come, but they cannot. So I get married to someone, they will come, but not blood relation, right? Okay, so but only blood relation is pattern inheritance. Outside is that I will tell you on Monday. Okay, this diagram I am explaining again. What I have told is LIB Liberty A work pattern, LIB FW Liberty I work pattern. This is framework, this is implementation. In this pattern, framework classes cannot come in between. Within blood relation, outside family can't come and say blood related. It can never be possible, right? Here also it is never possible. Okay.
Sir, one doubt.
Unable to upload photo. Unable to upload people, send that error screenshot on 9/6 52532753 admin. Admin will help you on that. Yes. What is the question?
Sir, for default, there are 14 classes you mentioned. Top level class 1 is there with the dash work-based something.
I will come to that. I will come to that when we are discussing about direct inheritance. I just given the names. That's it.
That okay, sir. But for dash you mentioned, but for currently you did not mention dash.
I will talk about that also. While discussing about direct inheritance, I will tell you about why dash is there. I will tell you.
Okay.
So whatever I have mentioned so far, whatever I have delivered so far, you must be clear with about it. And we will continue on Monday. For today, you can wind up. See, as a fresher means for Pega you are a fresher, learning process, right? You think limited at the initial stages till you get it completely and clearly. Think limited, okay? And once your practice is done, you are pretty much strong enough at the basic level, then you can make it little complex in your understanding and you can extend your way of thinking. That's a better way to learn. Starting itself, if you take so many classes, so many directions, the entire concept will be gone. Okay, that's why I'm teaching you pretty much limited. Okay, so I'm going to close the meeting. You will be getting a new meeting link on Sunday evening or maybe Saturday evening. Okay.
Harsha,
Someone was trying to ask something. Yes, please.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Come closer to the mic and speak a little bit loud.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Harsha. This is regarding the our previous classes. So you said like in the real world, so if, in the real time we have a one implementation application, right? So
okay.
For our usual transaction, every application should have one implementation application. So is there any
at least one implementation? Like, I told not only one.
At least one.
More than that.
Yes. But is there any case within only framework application alone? Is there any case?
There may be a number of frameworks.
Okay. Without implementation, I mean just.
Without implementation, there is no meaning of framework. Unless you are developing a product to sell it outside, only the framework will not create it, right? Some companies, they will develop frameworks, okay, and they will be tying up with Pega systems. They will develop frameworks like Cognizant has developed, Accenture has developed. They will be selling the license to clients for frameworks along with Pega. Okay.
Only for that purpose, they will be
only that purpose. For that purpose. Not for business purpose. Implementation will be there. Okay, now.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll continue on Monday. Thank you so much. Anything you can call me. Okay.